Ribbons. Hola, I'm down here. Let me, little, yeah, alright, look at that, look at that. So, what are we doing in this video? First off, cowboy hat, don't ever really wear it, but there I felt like it. So, today, this video is pretty much being made to give you, yes, you at home, the, beginner keeper watching this, the new members of that community we built in the thing, link description, blah, blah, blah. And, everyone who's been asking, like, oh, what's a good beginner frog? And then they get told, Pac-Man, White's tree frog. Are they bad options? No. Are they your only options? Not at all. And hopefully this video gives y'all some options, gives you some diversity in choice, and hopefully it gives y'all enough of an idea of what y'all can keep. And at the end of the day, guess what? If you wanted to keep any Themoderma, right? Some harder to keep frogs, you do your research, you study, you do all the things that's needed, buy everything you need. Guess what? That can be your beginner frog, That's how it is, But if you want, you can buy whatever you want. You can do anything you can. Know your limits and make sure you do your proper research. That's all you really got to do. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. Well, yellow-bellied toads are a really interesting toad. As you know, they're from Europe. Pretty cool. European native, but in the US, they pretty much have some popularity. They breed pretty easily. They're real easy to care for. It's pretty much a fire belly setup. So real simple to care for, but you want to have a little bit more water because they are more aquatic and are more likely to swim and get more deeper and downer, essentially. Yeah, and they're a little more shy, but I mean, after you have them for a year, they're like that completely different animal. Amazing creatures. Only negative about them is that when it comes to breeding their morphs, like the albino, translucent, whatever, is the morphs can sometimes not be viable because of how the breeding is. For example, if visual to visual, you're normally not going to get a lot of offspring and most will die and not grow well. Where with this pairing, het to het is supreme, it's the best, and less inbred, the better. So the barking tree frog, what is a barking tree frog? It's the White's tree frog that's a native to America. Now, why do I say that? First off, they're pretty medium-sized frog, arboreal, green, a lot of similarities to the White's tree frog, but they have an interesting call. Some would say a bark. But the thing that really makes me say, wait a minute, look at them, is, well, look at them. First off, these guys have those circles. They have that real beautiful green with those amazing dark green circles all over their body. Especially with the thick build, really allows for a lot of thicker spots. These guys are interesting to look at, but only downside is, guess what? They aren't commonly bred, yet being native to all of these states. Now, a good reason for that is because in America, a lot of times when it comes to native frogs, we don't like them. These guys aren't commonly bred, which kind of sucks because everything on this list is also trying to be easily accessible. These are the only ones that aren't just, hey, buy them. I bought 20, yay, money, gone, out my pockets, into mine. Ooh, I don't breed them though, so they ain't going into mine. But these animals are cool. They're sick animals, and I highly encourage someone to start breeding them because I also think someone's going to do it soon because I've noticed they've been getting a little more popular as of late because people are finally seeing the appeal of a native frog, y'all. Anyways, what do y'all think? Let's go. Black-eyed tree frogs. Why am I talking about black-eyed tree frogs? Well, these animals are pretty interesting. A lot of characteristics similar to red-eyed tree frogs, which is care is almost copy and paste because they kind of come from the same area. But the species of red-eyes we have in the reptile hobby, little amphibian hobby, we're gonna say reptiles because I breed anoles. But, the red-eyes we have in the hobby actually do not see the black eyes we have in the hobby. So, generally, even though Josh's frog said so,
can be housed with red-eyed tree frogs.
They were wrong there. So, I wouldn't cohab them. But where is the key of this? First off, if you like horror stories, I know for a fact you heard a story about black-eyed children on the side of a road. Now you can have black-eyed frogs on the side of your bed. But hey, you know, wherever I decided to put the you, yes, you should sub to the channel. Why is that? Well, I film content, I post content on all social medias, and I put a lot of effort into the YouTube videos to make them fun for you guys. On top of that, guess what? Every Friday around 2 p.m. at the dot, I will be posting a video. That's how it is. Yeah, I'm running this like I don't sleep, which I don't. I film these in the day, edit them at night. I'm a months ahead of content. It's why they're so out of place. That's why you'll see a joke about a episode of The Boys when that comes out at the season finale. Now, another toad I'd like to say is bumblebee toads. Now, I may have talked about them in this video where I'm talking about mostly reptiles that are blowing up, but in a couple other videos. And that's because they are genuinely a really easy toad to grow up once they're past the juvenile stage. Raising them, oof, shit, the stories I hear from my buddy, they're not fun to grow. You know, they have some difficulties being grown up, but when they hit that juvenile to adult stage, switches over, they're out of that fragile state, they're out to a reasonable size, and they're, you know, good 1 minute. You'll see the difference of running your hand through it. But yeah, you know, real simple toad, easy care, you don't need high temps. The only downside with these beginning a somewhat beginner toad is that they're small. But, you know, it's not that bad of a thing if you're actually putting a lot of time and effort in. If you're just getting an animal to look at the animal and that's it and not doing any research, it can be kind of an issue. But if that's the case, why are you getting the animal in the first place? Then I'd say the last one would have to be European green toads. Now, I may have spoken about them in another video, but these guys are genuinely really great toads. Why is that? It's because they come from a wide range of environments, which means their care is pretty simple. They're a medium-sized toad, so they're a real good toad for beginners. They're real fun to look at. They're variable. Some have high greens, high reds, real fun, quirky personalities, pretty intelligent toads, which is interesting. Most aren't the smartest. Then, you know, just speaking of my personal experience with them, there aren't no breeders of them besides my boy Simi, you know, and that's it. So they're rare, but you know, they won't be much rare. Keep your eyes open, they'll be available soon. And you know, a little sneak peek, because can't speak about it in a super public sense, but let's just say there's gonna be something going on next year with them.